Welcome to another F1 News Update. Today we reveal Lewis Hamilton's transformation at Ferrari. From breakthrough engineering on the SF25 to the FIA's controversial snap decision over misconduct penalties, these are the top stories. Ferrari's new SF25 represents a project that, while appearing to follow the SF24's design, reveals significant technical changes aimed at performance improvements for Lewis Hamilton and Charles Leclerc. The most noticeable upgrade is the adoption of the front pull rod suspension. Ferrari's goal with this suspension change is not only to enhance aerodynamic balance, but also to generate more tyre energy. This adjustment aims to boost qualifying performance and provide a firmer front end. Detailed engineering efforts are evident in the suspension geometry. While the upper wishbone may seem conventional, the concealed lower pickup points and extended profiling indicate deep aerodynamic considerations. Changes to the cockpit positioning and front wheel placement have also been made. At the rear, the shark fin engine hood now includes a saw-teeth profile with multiple vents instead of a single gill. Leclerc emphasised Ferrari's focus on driver confidence during cornering, with the SF25 designed for precision and predictability, essential under current F1 regulations. After the initial tests, Hamilton requested some changes, and some other small details were requested after his first drive at Fiorano and will be refined for Bahrain, but these are minor adjustments with no major differences from Leclerc's setup. Charles is very embedded in this team. He is very fast, and I am completely aware of that. It is not going to be easy to beat him, but we will work together and have some great races, I hope. I'm not yet at the level I want, and I know everything is different. I have to work a lot on it, admitted Lewis after the test. What do you think about Ferrari's approach to these technical changes? Will they give Hamilton the edge he needs in his debut season with the team? Christian Horner has responded to Adrian Newey's concerns over Red Bull's RB20 development. Newey, set to join Aston Martin next month, claimed that his warnings about the RB20's design path were overlooked during his final months at Red Bull. I think Red Bull, from what I could see, the 2024 car, and through the very last stages of 23 as well, I would say, started to become more difficult to drive, Newey stated. He highlighted how these traits favoured Max's driving style, while presenting significant challenges for Sergio Perez. The departing design genius further suggested that inexperience within the team led to continued development in problematic directions. I think they just perhaps, through lack of experience, kept going in that same direction, Newey commented. Addressing these remarks, Horner painted a picture of issues that extend beyond Newey's timeline. I haven't seen those comments, but I think the issues are more deep-rooted than just last year. I think that they'd actually start, when you really dig into the data and some of the characteristics, you start to see them much earlier than that. Certainly during 2023, Horner explained. Horner, however, remains optimistic about the squad's ability to overcome these challenges. The team have worked very hard to understand that and address it, he added. With the RB21 set for its first run in Bahrain ahead of pre-season testing, Horner expressed confidence in the team's winter development work. What do you think about the developing situation between Newey and Red Bull? Has the team made the right decisions regarding their car development path? George Russell has shared that Lewis Hamilton's shocking move to Ferrari came completely out of the blue, with no prior hints or rumours reaching him before the announcement became public. While Mercedes team principal Toto Wolff had advance notice of Hamilton's decision, Russell was kept entirely in the dark. I mean, to be honest, it wasn't a whisper I heard, for a fact was the first time I heard it, Russell admitted. Hamilton activated a release clause in his contract, effectively ending his remarkable 12-season journey with Mercedes, where he secured 6 championships. Wolff described the moment Hamilton personally delivered the news. So the events are not a surprise, maybe the timing. It was Wednesday morning and this is when he broke the news. Russell expressed genuine shock at Hamilton's departure, noting the unusual nature of such a significant development remaining secret. It was quite surprising, to be honest, because these things usually have a way of creeping out into the media, and it was just a total bombshell. Despite the unexpected news, Russell maintains an optimistic outlook on the changes ahead for Formula One. But at the end of the day, these things all happen for a reason, and we're entering a new era in Formula One shortly. Reflecting on his time as Hamilton's teammate, Russell spoke warmly about the experience of working alongside the 7-time world champion. It was great, to be honest. When you have a 7-time world champion as your teammate, it's such a good opportunity to show what you're capable of. What's your take on Hamilton's move to Ferrari? Do you think Russell will thrive as Mercedes' potential new team leader? Charles Leclerc has opened up about his early experiences working alongside new Ferrari teammate Sir Lewis Hamilton, describing the 7-time world champion's approach as very interesting and super cool to observe firsthand. The Monegasque driver believes Hamilton is joining Ferrari at the perfect moment, crediting team principal Fred Vasseur for creating a calm, emotional environment within the team. Fred is a guy that has a very big strength of keeping the emotional level of the team at a very good level, and we've been so much more solid on that in the last few years. He added that Hamilton's arrival has been a big boost and has been amazing in so many ways. Leclerc is particularly fascinated by Hamilton's methodical approach with engineers. It's always very, very interesting the first few weeks with a new teammate, and especially when your teammate is Lewis Hamilton, he remarked. He's achieved so much, it's super interesting, and it's super cool for me to be able to analyse how he actually works day to day with his engineers. The Ferrari driver has been studying Hamilton closely, noting what are the comments that he makes, what are the things that he puts particular attention on, because obviously it's been a very successful approach. Perhaps most intriguingly, Leclerc has discovered similarities between their driving styles. I noticed that we have a very similar driving style, which is a really good thing, he revealed. While acknowledging they haven't spent much time on track together yet, Leclerc feels confident about these initial observations. It still needs to be confirmed because we haven't driven together much, but from the little I've seen, it's that we tend to drive quite similarly. What aspects of the Hamilton-Leclerc partnership are you most excited to see develop this season? Share your thoughts in the comments. Despite growing criticism of the FIA's strict new regulations on swearing, Williams team principal James Vowles has expressed his continued trust in motorsport's governing body. The FIA recently fined WRC driver Adrian Newey €10,000 for using the F word in a press conference, with repeat offenders facing potential race bans. While this has put the FIA at odds with many drivers, Vowles believes the organisation is still enforcing rules effectively. I still trust the FIA. What I look at more is, do we have a set of regulations that are being policed to the right standards? Do we have a 2026 set of regulations that are good for what we're producing? And the answer to all of that is, fundamentally yes. While acknowledging that swearing in high-pressure situations is natural, Vowles also supports maintaining professionalism outside the car. My perspective is fairly clear on that one. When you are in the car under pressure, I think it's normal to expect any human to respond that way, because you are putting your life on the line at the extreme. Outside of that, I do also think that we have a responsibility towards the world. FIA President defended the crackdown by arguing that F1 drivers should not be compared to rappers. We have to differentiate between our sport, motorsport and rap music. We're not rappers, you know. They say the F word how many times per minute? We are not on that. That's them and we are. Ben Sulayem's comments drew criticism from Lewis Hamilton, who called out the racial undertones in his statement. I don't like how he's expressed it. Saying rappers is very stereotypical, and if you think about it, most rappers are black, so really pointed it towards we're not like them. So I think that was the wrong choice of words. There's a racial element there. Where do you stand on the FIA's swearing clampdown? Do you think drivers should be heavily penalised for swearing in the heat of competition, or is the governing body being too strict? Toto Wolff believes 2025 marks the beginning of a new era for Mercedes. As the team unveiled the W16 ahead of pre-season testing in Bahrain, Wolff emphasised that the goal for the season is to achieve consistent victories and return Mercedes to the top of Formula One. Wolff acknowledged the hard work undertaken by the Mercedes team during the off-season, but stressed that their true standing will only be revealed at the first race in Australia. The team principal also highlighted Mercedes' commitment to developing talent through their junior program, with both current drivers having progressed through this pathway. Wolff praised Russell's leadership potential and championship credentials, provided the team can deliver a competitive car. George has proven that he is one of the very best drivers on the grid, capable of competing for the Drivers' Championship if we can give him a car capable of doing so. As the senior driver, he will help lead the team forward and support Kimi in his development. Russell himself expressed confidence heading into the new season, calling his 2024 campaign his strongest in F1 and highlighting the positive atmosphere within the team. As a team, we are incredibly motivated to improve on last season. The British driver also shared his enthusiasm about partnering with Antonelli. He's incredibly quick, and I think we will make a great partnership. Naturally, there is a lot for him to learn in his first season, but I'm looking forward to helping him do that and working together to help push the team forward. Do you think Mercedes has what it takes to return to championship contention in 2025? Share your predictions in the comments. The FIA's updated sporting regulations, which introduce more severe penalties for any misconduct, have reportedly faced backlash, not just from drivers and fans, but also from within the FIA itself. According to sources, FIA President Mohammed Ben Sulayem allegedly enforced the changes through a snap e-vote, bypassing input from the Grand Prix Drivers Association, GPDA, and the FIA's Drivers' Commission. One insider described the move as ridiculous, accusing Ben Sulayem of acting like a dictator. Despite the criticism, the FIA has defended the stricter guidelines, stating their aim is to ensure transparency and consistency in stewarding decisions. Penalties can now include hefty fines, points deductions, or even suspensions, with the harshest sanctions triggered by repeat offences within 2 years. This clampdown has also caused unrest among WRC drivers, who raised concerns after Hyundai's Adrian Newey was fined €10,000 for swearing during Rally Sweden. The World Rally Drivers Association, WARDA, has joined the conversation, echoing sentiments similar to those of F1's GPDA and calling for an urgent discussion with Ben Sulayem. Critics believe these penalties and the manner in which they were introduced lack the proper consultation that should accompany significant changes in motorsport governance. Meanwhile, the FIA has reiterated that stewards retain discretion to consider mitigating or aggravating circumstances, emphasising that clear guidance does not remove flexibility. Swearing remains a key focal point. Max Verstappen and Charles Leclerc previously faced penalties for foul language, while Formo's case in the WRC has only amplified concerns that the new rules may be too severe and inconsistently applied. How do you feel about these stricter penalties and the way they've been implemented? Is the FIA overstepping, or is this necessary for maintaining fairness and respect in motorsport? That's all from this news update. Will the FIA's conduct lead to more discontent among the different series? Will the partnership between Ferrari and Hamilton lead to more success for the 7-time champion? Share your thoughts. Drop your comments below. And if you enjoyed this update, be sure to like, subscribe and hit the bell for more exclusive F1 news.